What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Say It in 4, a show where we give 4 unpopular opinions on 4 topics in a minute each. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard Larsa Pippen.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she was in the news a couple weeks ago, and she's back in it with an NBA ball player, some guy by the name of Malik Beasley. I think that's his name. Charnetta, what's going on with this?
I don't know. I don't know. Isn't he married, like with the kid and all of that? Like he was just in trouble for drugs or guns or something. I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know.
So he said let's talk about it, right? So Larsa Pippen has been with Scotty since '97, right?
Don't
No. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. So
break it down. Go ahead. Break it
from
down.
'97 to 2016, she's been with Scotty, and she's only 46 years old, right?
Right.
So then, she broke up with him. She got with Future for a whole year, from 2016 to 2017. Got back with Scotty for about 3 years, and now she's with Malik Beasley, holding hands and hanging out.
Wait.
Timberwolves, right? From the Timberwolves?
But there's two more.
From the Timberwolves.
Okay.
But there's two more. Remember, Tristan Thompson, she was dating him before Chloe got him. And she used to babysit for Kendall Jenner. If people watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she's really good friends with the Kardashian family. And she used to watch Kendall Jenner while she was dating Ben Simmons from the Philadelphia 76ers. She was also hitting that too. So Shorty's a cougar.
I got one question. I only got one question. What's wrong with her? What's going on with her? What's the problem?
So the way the media put it was that Kim and Larsa, they're very good friends. And they made it seem that because of Chloe dating Tristan Thompson and she was messing with Tristan Thompson, they tried to make it seem like it was mainly about that. But when Larsa spoke with Hollywood Raw podcast, she did mention that the reason between Kim and her relationship was because of Kanye. Something where Kanye would be calling like random hours at the night. Their relationship ruined.
Okay.
Kanye ruined Larsa and Kim's relationship.
So she's with the likes of people like one of my favorite musicians, Future, right? We know King Toxic.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
You got a whole man at home, a whole husband, right? Why is she out here like that? I mean,
I think
a man like Scottie Pippen, who's been doing, when you ever hear about Scottie in the news doing anything crazy?
You haven't, right? But
you don't, and you won't.
I think she's been with this guy for so long. They got 4 kids together. Now she's ready for something new. Scotty is like, how old is Scotty? What is he, like 55, 60, almost 60? She wants something new. And that's what happens after 20 years.
She's married. What are you talking about? You want something? There's no you want something new.
I mean, I know she's married, but that's what it is. That's why she's out here. She's trying to find herself. She gave this man 4 kids. Now she's just out here and she want to explore. She want to see the world.
Oh, okay.
That's what it looks like to me.
I ain't call you daddy. I'm not saying none of that because at the end of the day, I have to look at my parent and look at my mother and be like, why would you date somebody that's like my age? Like that, can you imagine how uncomfortable the kids feel? Yo, I don't care. I mean, I have no respect for her. And I don't care if she hear this or whatever. I'm going to tell her straight to her face. You're not woman enough to go to the wife and say something. You should have said something to the wife.
I feel you should now. Calm it down. Somebody fan it down. Somebody fan it down. She's hot over there. Somebody give her a church fan. Somebody get her a church fan. She hot over there.
Oh, I start talking fast and start getting crazy.
Somebody get that woman a church fan over there.
So, there's with all that being said, let's talk about happiness in your life. We're at the age of 30. What do you consider or define as happiness?
For me, my happiness really stems from my accomplishments. Like, I can say that I set a goal that I wanted to start a podcast, and I started a podcast. One of the things was actually reuniting with T. Actually, that has like really changed like my perspective on everything because talking to T, we go back from college. So it's like, I got to see the college T and now I see the current T. And it's like, wow, like I see so much, like he changed so much. And it's like, yo, that like, he's so inspiring. He's so motivating. And I'm like, yo, I love that. Like, I think a part of me being happy is I like to see people be successful. Like, I love when I see my friends starting their businesses. I love when I see people like traveling and doing things. Like, that's happiness for me. And then I'm a mom too. So that brings me so much joy. Like, honestly, my son changed my life, and I'll always say this on everything. I love my boy with everything. That's a mama's boy.
Definitely.
And whoever wants to smoke, want to fight me on, he can fight me on it. But yeah, I really do appreciate life itself too. And being able to wake up every day is more happiness for me, because right now there's so many people in our age group that's dying. And
right.
From health-related issues.
And Josh, you're about to turn 30 coming up as well, right? So how do you identify happiness? What makes you happy?
For me, it's just being thankful and blessed for what you got, what you do have. You know, we wake up every day and people take for granted that, you know, you don't know if tomorrow is a thing. So you have to just take advantage of what you do have and try to make the best of your situation. Happiness for me is just being at peace. I'm not a person who likes confrontation. So, you know, some people look for materialistic things. I'm far from that. I always tell people I'm a minimalist. I don't need too many things. So it's just like trying to keep peace within yourself is where ultimate happiness comes from. I feel like I've always read this one quote. It says, happiness is the ultimate form of currency. People feel like they can find happiness in money, but that's not how it usually works. You got to find happiness in passion and what you believe. So that's, you know, for me, that's what it's always been. I feel like, you know, having met someone like yourself, you know, as a lifelong friend this far, happiness is when you find people you can connect with and things like that. So I mean, for yourself, what do you find? What would you consider to be happy?
Netta, how you feel about it?
Yeah,
I would love to go.
Save the best for last.
No. I'll go. Yeah.
No. Like happiness. Happiness it's a feeling. It changes with whatever's going on. You know. Yeah. So, it's you obtain happiness by keeping your perspective of life healthy, I think. Yeah. And for me, like 25, 30, I barely, you know, knew what I wanted to do at 25. I mean, I knew what I wanted to do, but just I didn't like really have a set plan on how to get there, things like that. So I feel like I was still kind of just finding my way out there, and I actually feel kind of sad for like people now who are in that age range, because like social media is just crazy, dating, all of that. Like I don't know, if I had to start over dating and all that, I'd be.
I think like happiness constantly changes though, right? Because for me, I know that friends and other people really don't make me happy. Like I had to figure that out. And that started at the age of like this age right here. I'm not going to say it on air, but this age right here, it started where I didn't really put my time or focus into other people. It was more about how can I go to the next level? And I think like that would make me happy, getting to that next level for myself, opposed to putting that happiness into somebody else's hands. And in terms of like a relationship, that's changing every other week, because you might say, hey, babe, I'm not happy. Go get me some ice cream. I'm not happy. Da-da-da. And then they go get it for you. And then boom, you got the smile on your face. You're happy. And then the following week, oh, I'm sad again. So what's going on in those situations to keep the happiness flowing? And I think those people got to figure it out. But it's not in another person.
It's not
happiness is never in another person. It's about you.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to figure out for myself.
So we got happiness all around that people are searching for. I know crazy topic to talk about is the Grammys. You know, a lot of these artists are looking for happiness and success in their music, right? Coming up in next month in January, a lot of nominations went out recently with some of these different artists that feel like they got snubbed and others who actually earned it. Who are some of the artists you were surprised to see that probably didn't get a recommendation in the Grammys, Chanel?
Can I say The Weeknd?
Right. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
The Weeknd?
Okay. Why? Why are you surprised?
Yo, he had the Blinding Lights. It was like it was number one, a top 100 Billboard.
Yeah.
And then he had a record for like the longest amount of time on the Billboard for that record.
The Weeknd, that's a huge
How
one.
are you snubbed from the Grammys?
Now, it's something going on with him, right?
For itself. Yeah.
There's some beef between those two, the Grammys and then.
From what I've read, from what I heard, he didn't want to perform at the Grammys this year. He took the offer to perform at the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl, I'm assuming, you know, when their money talk, you know, they probably cut him a nice little better check, and he didn't take the offer from the Grammys. So they said, okay, I guess
I thought he dropped out.
We'll make a decision here. That's allegedly. We're not gonna, you know, that's allegedly. But he didn't want to go perform there. So they didn't give him any nominations, as well as some other artists.
It's people that are part of the Academy who are voting.
Yes.
It's their sole opinion. It doesn't, you know, and we put too much clout to that. And I don't know.
You have to not do that.
I think you should just.
I don't want to hear. They just got to give the people they respect. You just got to give the people they respect where the numbers
There are
right?
people in movies and stuff that don't do well in numbers that get awards, you know, because they're considered artistic and all of this or whatever. So it's not necessarily. And they have specific awards that deal with numbers, you know, which is, you know, your billboards, or you have like your People's Choice. That means something because those are fans and, you know, your actual people who care who's buying your product and all of that. So
Josh,
stuff like that would mean more.
You feel like because Roddy was number one, that he should have been nominated?
At least a consideration. I mean, come on. The Weeknd, Roddy Ricch, another one you want to clown me for, Lil Baby. I mean, this guy has feature on feature on feature on feature, and I mean, you're doing the numbers. I mean, Apple.
But you really can't put Roddy Ricch and The Weeknd in the same category. That's number one, right?
It doesn't
really
matter.
Can't do
it matters on the numbers. So if The Weeknd has
The Weeknd should have been in there, but I mean, Roddy Ricch.
Considering numbers, if we're doing, I'm going based off of who's giving me sales, who's giving me numbers, right? If the Apple tells me Roddy streamed these numbers, Spotify told me Roddy streamed these numbers, all of these big companies that you can get numbers from are indicating that these are the artists that are doing the best on their platform. How can't you solidify that via a voting system?
Yeah, well, they did.
I get you.
And he didn't get nominated. They did.
They didn't, because clearly The Weeknd didn't, right? And
but that's more politics. That's something else, right? They're trying to get back at him. We all know that. They're trying to get back at him for something.
It's politics for all of them. It's not just one person.
Well, so what would the politics be for Roddy Ricch, you think?
It's not just him. It's for all it's for most black artists.
So you're trying to say that the Grammys is against black people. That's what you're trying to say.
It's well known. Why do you think they banned it? Why do you think they banned the Oscars? Just the same thing, same system.
So what other black artists didn't get nominated, in your opinion, that you feel like should have?
You could probably go down a Rolodex. I don't know who. I didn't look at everybody who got nominated.
Beyonce's nominated.
She was?
Beyonce's nominated for Record of the Year for the Black Parade.
She didn't even drop a project. There's some of these people that were nominated. Justin Bieber, he made one album the whole year, and you're telling me his one album did better than some of these people? Come on.
Well, yeah.
All right, so Josh wants us to boycott the Grammys. That's what we're going to do.
Boycott anybody. Let the Grammys do what they want to do. Let them do what they want to do. That's
Roddy Ricch checks us out.
Yeah, the people that got nominated are top of the top, though. They're top of the top. So like your Taylor Swift. Hold on. They're top of the top. Your Taylor Swifts. The Beyoncés, those type of guys. Roddy Ricch, hold on 1 second. Last year, because we got a couple of minutes here. Last year, Roddy Ricch, I believe, was like a new artist, right? He came like last year sometime.
He dropped his first studio album.
Okay, so I'm not giving you a Grammy right off the bat, like the following year like that, and let you be nominated when you be up here with these guys. Well, but I'm not giving it to you this year. It's just not happening. I can't nominate you. If you got one last year, you don't get one this year. You're done. You're finished. If you didn't put the work in how those guys did, the Beyoncés and the Taylor Swifts, then you don't get it.
4.5 months at number one on the Billboard. Okay. Number one in the country on the Billboard's Hot 100.
Listen, I trust the Grammys.
Give at least
I trust the Grammys. I feel like they made the right
decision.
You
good girl? Sis, you good, sis?
I'm like, you want to trust the system? Come on, man. They're on the same system.
You know,
get the Grammys out of here. But no, it's just that's just the product of the system is, like she said, she was explaining, these guys get snubbed because they don't want to do things on behalf of these big systems, and it's wrong. But hopefully they get it corrected one day.
Now, bro, are you sure that Roddy didn't get nominated? I think you should check.
Hold on. I'll check real quick. Hold up.
You should check it. You sitting here arguing with me about this real quick. You got to check that. You gotta fact check it. Yo, he's like the Donald Trump in the show right now.
Hold up.
Oh, that's a reach.
Roddy did get nominated, but it was only for one song.
There you go. See?
He got a whole album. But he had a whole album.
You're trying to say that it's politics. You're trying to say that the Grammys are against black people, all this stuff like that. And he did get nominated.
It don't matter. They still. They voted. You telling me that Nas had a better album than Roddy Ricch?
Nas, we're talking about 25 years ago. Why are we talking about Nas?
Because he got nominated for album of the year for rap.
Yeah, his album was hard.
For him.
It was hard. It was hard, but it was good. But it was not better than Roddy Ricch album.
Nah. Well, I didn't hear Roddy Ricch.
I'm telling you, come on. But all these artists, they're coming through. Some of them are gonna be happy on that Grammy night. Some of them aren't gonna be happy on that Grammy night, but it remains to be seen.
Right.
I think it's gonna be what it is. Some of these guys are gonna take it for granted.
It happens, right? It's happening in the movie business as well. So,
Yeah. I guess with the Oscars, right? What was it? A couple years back, Oscar So White or something?
Yeah, Oscar So White, and then IMDb, they just released some type of the top stars of 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
you
recognize anybody on that? Because I know I didn't.
So recognizing them. If you want to talk about probably reputable actresses and actors, yes, some names, but faces, probably not anyone that a lot of people are recognizing. I recognize Margaret Robbie. She was in Suicide Girl. She was in Suicide Squad with that Joker movie. She's played in a few of those different what are these movies? These Marvel movies.
Wolf on Wall Street.
Yep, Wolf on Wall Street. Did you guys recognize anyone else off that list? Because I think the diversity is not where it needs to be on that list for us to be like, okay, we recognize maybe the Idris Elba's and these people, the Michael B. Jordans, some of these huge, bigger figures. I want to know, how did IMDb come up with that list?
Yeah,
right.
So, content was hindered by the pandemic too. So I'm like,
give it a slide. You're saying?
According to what somebody has said on Twitter, they said that they were going off of their following, like how big of I guess celebrity they are in terms of like Instagram, Twitter, those type of things.
Okay. Well.
We're qualifying as a valid actor and actresses. Got some people out here with some portfolios,
Right.
Some of those names on that list, they put in some work that I've recognized, maybe two or three, but still, there's a lot of other talent out there that's not representative on that list. At least I think
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Millie Bobby Brown was on that list.
Right.
She's going to be featured in a new Netflix film called Damsel, which is a fantasy film. She was also 11 on Stranger Things. And if everybody knows Stranger Things, Shorty loved them Eggo waffles, okay?
So since we're talking about movies, right, let's change gears real quick. December, almost Christmas time.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Christmas movie? No? What do you got?
First off, this is hard. This is so hard. I love Christmas, the best time of year.
Actually, no. I don't want to go with you because I feel like we got the same one. I feel like we got the same one. So I don't know if I want to go with you first.
No. Okay, listen. For my mama, because my mom's probably gonna be watching this. It's gonna be Best Man Holiday because me and my mom, we love watching those kind of films. Medea Family Reunion, all that type of vibes. So Medea Christmas, this Christmas, anything with a Christmas, I'm gonna rock with it. But if I want to go for original and classic.
Come on now. Don't say it. Please don't say it.
No. Listen.
Wait. You already said last holiday, right? You said that?
Yeah, but
you just named like three of them. So those are your favorite movies right there. You said this Christmas, last holiday.
Come on, man.
What was it, Nels? Go ahead, say it.
He's talking about like 50 movies. You're gonna leave anything?
But first you're gonna give me you're gonna give me all these options.
Go ahead, girl. What was it?
But you named because I feel like we got the same one, so I don't want to say it.
Well, let's see. Let her say it.
Let me get my 10 seconds real quick. Let me get my 10 seconds of fame. First off, throwback classic Christmas movie of all time is A Christmas Story. My boy Ralph just wanted a BB gun.
Hey, okay.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Was that yours, T?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm curious, what's yours? Because he wouldn't let me get my 2 cents out. So what's yours?
For me,
what was it?
Home Alone.
Oh, okay.
That's solid. I thought about it.
That's a classic too.
I thought about it.
Yeah, because when
the robber stepped on the ornaments and all that. When the robber stepped on the ornaments,
that's the type of child you was, though. That's why you like that. That's probably because that was the type of kid you was.
Look, he laughing.
It's all good.
No, for me.
I mean, some of you guys haven't seen Josh in person, but him and Kevin from the movie are the same height, so that's the funny part.
Oh my God!
They both the same height.
Oh my boy! You gonna let him roast you like that? You gonna let him roast you like that?
No. You can't take this man's word. He takes for granted that he's a few feet over 6 feet. But
if you watch that movie tonight and you see Kevin in that movie, that's Josh right there. Josh is just the black version of Kevin in that movie.
I'll tell you this though. My favorite Christmas movie all time. She said it. She did listen. She said is This Christmas. It just reminds you of like the black family. You know, everybody coming together on Christmas. You know, grandmother, the father, all of that. The brothers, the cousins. They got some good actresses and actors in there too. I mean, you got Regina King. You got my boy Chris Brown made his youthful appearance in a
sure did.
You got Lauren London in there.
Columbus Short.
Yeah.
Right, Stomp the Yard, Columbus Short. So you got some solid people that.
AKA T's twin.
That's not my twin. You're gonna have to cut that out.
No.
Have to cut that out.
Nope, man.
But,
hey guys, nobody told me.
This Christmas, that was the one for me. It was this Christmas.
Netta?
Have y'all seen 4 Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon?
I have.
Oh,
it's a comedy, yeah.
4 Christmases. Watch that.
Funny?
That is hilarious. It's hilarious. It's like, they try to avoid like their dysfunctional family for Christmas, but they trip to Hawaii get canceled because of weather or whatever, and so they gotta go and see like each family, like their families are divorced or whatever. So they gotta stop at each family house. That's why it's like 4 Christmases. It's crazy. It's hilarious. Wow.
There's a lot of good, interesting movies. I mean, like I said, mine This Christmas. That reminds me of the throwback. You got Home Alone. I mean, The Terrible Kid. Then you got The Grinch. I mean, nobody said The Grinch. That's a classic, right?
Right.
Elf is a classic everyone likes. Elf with Will Ferrell.
Oh, Elf on the Shelf?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people like that one.
And then you got a lot of other crazy ones.
Miracle on 34th, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Preacher's Wife with Whitney Houston and Denzel Washington.
Oh, I forgot about that. Denzel's in there too. Yeah, that's a good one.
There's a whole catalog. There's a whole catalog out there of them.
Did y'all see Kelly Rowland's Merry Little Christmas? Merry Little.
Oh, how was it?
It came out last year on Lifetime. That was actually really good.
If it got Kelly Rowland, I'm not watching it anyway.
Wow.
Oh my God, you is disrespectful.
Really?
Why?
God, you disrespectful. Everybody.
Check it out. Christmas is in a couple of weeks. We're going to let Terrence
why? I mean, it's Kelly Rowland.
Wait. Rewind.
It's Kelly Rowland.
Why? Are you kidding?
It's Kelly Rowland.
He said, I'm not.
Oh, wait. You know what it is? I'm sorry, Kelly Rowland. I'm thinking about Kelly Price. I'm thinking about.
Oh, you really wild.
I got them confused. Okay, so Kelly Rowland is Destiny's Child. Got it.
Right.
Yes.
I got them confused.
Oh.
Yeah, in my mind, I had Kelly Price. My fault.
Well, Kelly Price.
No.
She got the recommendation here. We're going to let you try to tune into Kelly Rowland.
So I was like, yo, you really defending Kelly Price? Like, I'm like, yo, she's really asking me why about Kelly Price. Like,
but what's wrong with Kelly Price?
Josh, you want to take us out? It's time to close the show,
ain't it? We want to thank y'all for tuning into another episode of Say It in 4, a show where we give 4 unpopular opinions about a lot of crazy things. We look forward to seeing y'all next week. Thank y'all.